what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings. And help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me. So please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can. Hi guys. I wanted to actually make this video because I was actually sitting here thinking about, you keep falling in between the pillow and the couch, but I was sitting here thinking about the movie The Corpse Bride, and I actually had a new kind of take on this that I don't think I've thought of or said before or talked about before or whatever. So I think you guys get it. Like, it follows like the basic concept of, like, I talked about before, believing that Victor and Victoria are twin flames, but also then how interesting it is. You keep falling down. Okay. And so, yeah, I talked about it and sort of how it represents that they're at the same phase in their evolution, right? If they are. Which you can tell with Victor and Victoria, first of all, the names having the same meaning and just being the masculine and feminine of the same. That's another thing. Sometimes with actual twin flames, if you look at their first names, they're supposed to actually have a meaning that, like, goes together in some way, or like similar to Victor and Victoria, but there's different versions of it. It's supposed to, it depends on how well they're trying to disguise it, right? Because at different levels, they almost want to be, like, tested harder and harder to make it more difficult to find out that it's actually the correct twin flame and not somebody else or something, right? Like, they actually, if you are stronger, like you've had like more lifetimes, you'll make it harder and harder to identify the person, because what it actually means is that you like yourself so much that you would have still been drawn to them had you had less factors that made you think they were correct. Like, I think the goal is that you, it depends on the level, right? I keep saying it that way, but it's like, you're only gonna see the parts of, like, yourself in them that you can even see in yourself. Victor and Victoria are a really good example of a very unevolved, like, twin flame couple, if you will, because the names are very obviously sort of like going together, and you can tell they're both not super like evolved and like even getting to know themselves that much. Like, the part they kind of have down is the families seem to be opposites in whatever way. I've already talked about that part, but just, you know. So the new part that I sort of thought of, so Emily like visibly appears to be around the same age as them, right? But the thing is, Emily, she's the one who gets in between them. I think you've probably seen it if you're watching this, but you know, okay, so Emily, she's dead, she's the corpse bride, whatever. Okay, so the thing is, while Emily visibly appears to be the same age, there's many factors that make her not the same age, in the sense of like having a power dynamic with Victor in a lot of ways that she like intentionally and unintentionally does. You can tell when you look at the way that Emily is like presented in the show that she has gotten to understand and know herself on a more intense level than either Victor or Victoria. And then the show kind of follows her and Victor, or the movie, I mean, follows her and Victor. But if you kind of pay attention, so part of why I would say Emily is like older, to me, Emily's older because she's already dead. And even if she just like was at the same age when she died, Emily, again, it's just gonna be like a spoiler. If you haven't watched it, you probably watched it, but you know. So because Emily was going to marry this like old man, but then the old man killed her instead or whatever, like right after, and then she died. That experience makes her a lot older than she was before it happened, because she didn't know that was gonna happen. And then the old man like stole her money. And also being dead and fully like crossed over to the afterlife, meeting all these people, makes her older than she was before she died. Like, not necessarily in years, right? But like, she had experiences that both Victor and Victoria didn't have, to where like, you know what I mean? Like, Victor and Victoria haven't even met each other, but Emily had already been in there for years, like however many years, like meeting all these skeleton dudes, talking to them, like that was completely normal. She has like animals that like live in, like she had like a little worm living inside her eye or something. She has like a spider, like a black widow that's also her friend, and they like talk to her and stuff, and she like plays the, well, I was gonna say she plays the piano, but there's evidence in the show that like Victor and Victoria also play the piano or something, and it's not like weird, because I don't know why everybody plays the piano, but everybody does. So but everybody's just talented, it's fine. But yeah, so those would just all be like kind of factors that make, oh, and also Emily's not only older, but when Victor accidentally marries her, right, in the woods, Emily is so old that she takes it as like he should be forced to be with her forever because he accidentally put the ring on the wrong finger, or he didn't, it was a finger. Like, she takes that as like she should guilt him. Okay, and that's how Emily responds to it, is that she should guilt him, and that is already like trying to pull on like a power dynamic. But then she decides she also like essentially sacrifices a part of his innocence of not understanding the afterlife even exists, essentially, because he was just living a normal life, never died before. but she was physically dead. So she decided to sacrifice his innocence of like not understanding that to force him to stay married to her, even though he did it by accident. So she's trying to like use the guilt and manipulation and like just crying all the time to be like forcing him to stay with her, because that's how much like essentially older she is. But you can also tell by the way everybody's dressed that everybody who's already died has gotten to understand themselves on like a very deep level, and like their outfit becomes very evolved, and like the character they are becomes very evolved. But everybody who's still alive in the show has like no personality, like nothing going on, because everybody who's never died before has no personality because they don't know themselves. But everybody who's already died before is like decorated in like a crazy unique way. So Emily's kind of a predator actually in The Corpse Bride, but they made her like one of the protagonists more than Victoria. So it's actually kind of a stressful like way to look at the show, or not the show, the movie. Like it kind of is stressful because it puts you in the perspective where the whole time Emily is trying to make Victor feel like he's on her level, but there's no evidence to suggest she's actually on her level. He just wants her to stay, or she just wants him to stay. I think I said it the right way. Emily's trying to make Victor feel like he's on her level, yeah. But like, Victor doesn't necessarily have a more evolved lifestyle or understanding of himself than Victoria in any way. Like, again, closest he came to knowing anything about himself is that he could play the piano or something. But that's it. That's it. Like, he doesn't have a preference about like how he dresses, whether he's even dead or alive. He was almost willing to kill himself just to be with Emily, and she was trying to like facilitate that happening as soon as possible. Like, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know if they were trying to sneak in some situation about Emily actually kind of being like a predator to Victor or something, but yeah. My skin is literally peeling out of nowhere, but I'm super dead too. I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, that is actually kind of a weird take on the whole thing. What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? Bye.
They can't tell me what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings. And help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me. So please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me.
How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can't